Welcome to Progressive Muscle Relaxation. To get started, find a place where you can lie down on your back in a comfortable position. If you'd like to place a pillow under your knees or under your head, you can do so now. We are going to start with some deep breaths. You can allow your eyes to close. We're going to take some slow, deep breaths in and all the way down to the belly button and abdomen area. As slow and relaxed and deep as you can. If you feel your abdomen expanding against your waistband, that is a good sign. You want to breathe really low into the abdomen and slow. We'll take a few more deep breaths here to help calm and center the body and mind. Progressive muscle relaxation helps release tension out of the muscles in the body, especially tension that may have been hanging around so long that we didn't even notice it. It also helps release stress, and emotional stress helps move our system out of fight or flight, and we are especially doing it to help release tone in the pelvic floor by helping calm down the body's nervous system overall and practicing the ability to release our muscles. Progressive muscle relaxation is especially effective in releasing muscle tension because it takes the muscle a little bit further into a contraction first, which makes it easier for it to turn off completely and release any tension it might have been holding on to prior to the contraction. We're going to take another nice deep breath here, and then we'll move into each area of the body, flexing one muscle group at a time, holding it for 3 seconds, releasing it on an exhale, and then moving on to the next body part. Ideally, we want to keep the entire body relaxed except for just the area that we're contracting. We are going to start down in the feet and make our way up towards the top of the head. We'll begin with the bottom of the feet, the soles of the feet. We're going to curl your toes under to flex the arches in your soles of your feet. Careful not to flex so hard that you get a cramp. We're going to hold that for a few seconds, noticing what that contraction sensation feels like. Then we'll take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, release and relax those feet and toes, letting all of the tension melt out of them. Next, we're going to move into the shins in the front of the lower legs. We're going to flex the shins by pulling your toes up towards your knees and holding them there. Notice that tension and contraction sensation on the front of the shins. Notice how that feels, all the while trying to keep the rest of the body loose and relaxed. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, feeling that tension, feeling the contraction in that area, and on the exhale, release and relax those muscles, allowing the feet to relax and flop out to the sides. And we'll move into the calves. We're going to flex the calves by pretending you're wearing high heels or that you're standing on your tiptoes. We're going to hold that position, flexing and squeezing the calves, feeling that tightness and that contraction. Squeeze, squeeze, nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, release and relax. Notice how those calves feel now that they're in a relaxed state compared to the contraction they were in before. Next, we will move into the thighs. We're going to squeeze all the thigh muscles. We'll do that by straightening the knees to flex your quads in the front. You can also squeeze your adductors by moving your legs a little bit towards each other. You're going to tense as many of the thigh muscles as you can and squeeze them. Try to keep the hips relaxed and everything else in the body relaxed. Good. Feel that squeezing, that tension, that contraction. We'll take a deep breath in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And on the exhale, release and relax. Relax. Feel all the tension melting out of that area as those muscles become limp and loose. Next, we'll move into the glutes, into the back of the hips, into our cheeks. We're going to squeeze the glutes by imagining that you're pinching a dime between your cheeks. I know, it's a little funny, but it works. We're going to squeeze those cheeks together, feeling the tension, feeling the contraction. It's actually quite a large muscle that connects our upper and lower body together. So it creates a nice, strong contraction feeling. Trying to keep the legs loose, everything else loose, and squeeze. Let's take our deep breath in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And on the exhale, release and relax. Relax. Notice how that area feels now compared to the sensation of contraction that was present before. Notice how that relaxation feels. Now we'll move into the lower back. We're going to flex the lower back by increasing the arch. You can do that by raising the arch a little bit higher. You can also imagine pushing your hips and pushing your upper back into the floor to help intensify and increase the size of the arch. You're going to feel the contraction in the muscles on both sides of the spine and that lower back. Good. Feel them, squeeze them, and we'll take our deep breath in, squeezing, squeeze those muscles, and on the exhale, release and relax, allowing that area to go limp and loose. It's going to also allow the arch to drop back down closer to the floor. Now we'll move into the abdomen. We're going to squeeze the abdominal muscles, tensing all of them as tight as you can, squeezing them. You can pull your belly button inward to help with that. You're going to just squeeze them as strong as you can and notice where you're feeling that contraction sensation, where you feel it, what it feels like, what areas might be louder than others, and just squeeze it. It makes breathing a little bit different. Just do your best. We're going to squeeze those muscles and take our inhale. Tight, 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 squeezing those muscles, and on the exhale, release and relax. Allow that area to go loose and limp. Notice how that feels for the muscles to be calm and relaxed. Next, we'll move up into the chest. We're going to flex the pectoral muscles in the chest by squeezing our shoulders towards each other in front of the body. So if you imagine that your shoulders could reach towards each other in front of your body, they're not actually going to touch, but they're reaching towards each other. That's going to help you flex the chest muscles. Good. Yep, squeeze them. Notice the contraction. Notice the sensation of tensing. We'll take our deep breath in, feeling the contraction, and on the exhale, release and relax, allowing those shoulders to drop and to go limp, feeling the tension melt out of the chest. Now we'll move into the upper back. You're going to squeeze your shoulders towards each other behind your back, as if you were squeezing your shoulder blades together, or as if your shoulders could eventually meet behind the back. Good. Squeeze, squeeze those shoulders towards each other. Feel the areas between and around your shoulder blades tensing and contracting. It may also feel as if you're sticking your chest out. And you're going to feel that tension. Notice where you feel it, And let's take our deep breath in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And on the exhale, release and relax, allowing the shoulders to go limp and loose. Notice that feeling of relaxation in the upper back. Next, we're going to move into the top of the shoulders and sides of the neck. This is an area that most people have a lot of tension. or this is an area that tends to get tension, so we're going to do it twice. We're going to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and then hold them up there near the ears. Hold it. Notice the area on top of the shoulders contracted, maybe even getting a little bit warm. Shoulders squeezing up to the ears. We'll take our deep breath in. And on the exhale, release and relax. Allow the shoulders to go limp. We're going to actually now slide the shoulders down away from the ears to create a little bit of a stretch for that area. And then we'll do it again. We're going to shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears, squeezing them upward towards the ears. Notice the sensations on the top of the shoulders. Feel that area contracting. We'll take our deep breath in, squeezing, flexing those muscles, and on the exhale, release and relax. I'm going to allow those shoulders to drop and go limp. I'm going to slide them down away from the ears to create a little bit of a stretch. And you also can just wiggle those shoulders a little bit just to help make sure we released all the tension. Next, we're going to move down to our hands, and we're going to make tight fists out of the hands. Good, squeezing those fists. We're going to also flex the forearms by bending your wrists. Good, hold that. Feel that tension in the hands and the fists. The rest of the body is loose. We're just feeling that tension in the hands and forearms. And let's take our deep breath in, squeezing, 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 so tight, 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 tight. And on the exhale, release, relax. Allow the hands and the arms to go limp. You can wiggle the fingers slightly. Next, we're going to move into our upper arms, squeezing our biceps and triceps. All right, you can do that by locking the elbow or by slightly bending the elbow to feel that in either the bicep or tricep. All right, so we're going to tense the upper arms, tensing that area. Notice the contraction, feel it. Feel the tightness. Let's take our deep breath in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And on the exhale, release, relax. Very good. All right, next we're going to move up into the neck. And you might be able to tense your neck in position, flexing it all around. Some people are able to do that. You can do that if you're able, and if not, you can at least tense the back of your neck by pushing your head backwards against the surface you're laying on. So we're going to flex the neck, feel the contraction, feel the tension, feel the tightness. Take our deep breath in, feeling that tension, feeling the tension. And on the exhale, relax and release. Nice and loose and limp. You can even gently turn your head from side to side just to make sure we released all that tension. All right, next we're going to move up into the face. The face has a lot of muscles. And actually, when the facial muscles hold tension, it relates to the whole body being more likely to hold tension. So this is a good area to make sure that we address. We're going to flex all of the face muscles by scrunching your face together. You're going to scrunch all of your facial features together, pursing your lips, squeezing your eyes closed, scrunching your eyebrows together. Just try and scrunch all of your facial features all together. Take a big breath in, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Feel the tension, feel the tension. And on the exhale, relax. Release. You can allow your lips to part. Allow the eyebrows to relax. Very good. We're going to finish off with the scalp. Flexing the scalp will slightly move your ears up and back. Some people are able to do it. If you are not, you can just try, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're going to flex the scalp, lifting the ears, pulling them back. Yeah, we'll take a deep breath in and release and relax. We are going to finish up by doing the entire body We're going to start at the feet and add every muscle until we get to the top. So we're going to flex the bottom of the feet by curling the toes under, and then flex the shins by pulling the toes up to the knees. Flex the calves by rising up on tiptoes, stay there. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes together, arch the lower back, squeeze the belly button, pull it in, squeeze the shoulders forward to flex the chest, and then squeeze the shoulders backwards to flex the upper back. Add the fists, upper arms, slight shrug of the shoulders towards the ears, the neck, the face, the scalp, everything tight, 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 whole body, everything's flexing, everything's so tight. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the tension, feel the heat, and on the exhale, release and relax. Let it go. Let everything become loose, limp. Toes flopped out to the sides. You can scan through any part of your body that feels a little bit like it might have some tension left in it. Feel free to just lightly move and wiggle that area to assist in helping those muscles release and relax. We're going to take one more nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, relax even further. You might feel like you're melting into the floor. All right, thank you for joining me for progressive muscle relaxation. This is something you can do anywhere, in a seated position or standing. By contracting the muscle and then relaxing it will help it to release any muscle, any tension it was holding.